I'm famously a gigantic pussy.
Hey, what'd you play that for? I'm sorry, Scotty. I thought it'd be hilarious. And look, it was. Fuck you, Connery. Oh my God. Is that what kind of show this is going to be? You blindsiding me with just nonsense? Well, if that's what you're requesting, sure, why not? I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I can handle that. I'm a bit fragile. Oh, so it wasn't just a clever soundbite.
I'm famously a gigantic pussy.
I guess so. There's truth. There's truth in the joke. Okay, I guess so. Anyway, guys, we got a great show coming your way. Connery's going to be popping in quite a bit. We're going to be focusing on news in this episode. Next episode, we're going to have some sports because obviously there's going to be a lot to cover with the championship games, but we're going to be talking about a lot of just crazy things that are going on around the world. We're not going to get into Greenland, okay? Because that shit's fucking weird. I don't even know what to say with that. It's fucking awkward. Okay? We're not getting into that. Not getting into the serious weird shit. Okay? But we will get into the goofy shit. I swear. So we'll get into that. Don't forget, today's show is brought to you by Roof Goat USA. When it comes to roof repairs, you're going to want to go with the best. You're going to want to go with the GOAT. It's wintertime. And when you get hit with some snow, it's sitting on your roof. Next thing you realize, you got a leak in your house. Why? Because you got a crappy roof. You need Roof Goat USA to come out and check it. Listen, it might, people might not contact roofers that much during the winter, but they can still get the job done. They do great work out in Michigan. They do great work out here in Colorado. So you got to contact the GOAT, Roof Goat USA. Check them out at roofgoatusa.com. Doesn't matter if you're a commercial building or residential, they can do it. If you want your standard shingles, they can do that, or they can do metal roofs. Whatever you can do, okay? They're going to do that, whether it's repair, replacement, working with insurance claims, they can do it all. And one thing that when they're up there, they're doing their work, whether it's just replacing the shingles or maybe they're doing some gutter repair as well. Here's some peace of mind, and this is why they're the GOAT. They got a 30-year guarantee on their work. Nobody else is going to do that. Why? Because these guys are the GOAT. Everybody else is, oh, hi. Who are you? Yeah, nobody. You got to go with the GOAT. 30-year coverage from install date. That's all materials and labor. Again, for 30 years from date of install. I got a little excited when I said that because it's exciting. Anyway, you got to contact the GOAT, roofgoatusa.com. Again, roofgoatusa.com. Whether you're in Michigan or in Colorado, you got to check them out. Again, experience the Roof Goat USA difference today. I am not very prepared today. I got to be honest. My head's all scatterbrained because you're a giant pussy. Yes, we discussed this, Scotty. That's not why. My dog is barking out back for some fucking reason. There's another dog. I think what it is, I think there's a new dog that's in the back of us. And since my dog can't actually see him very well, he can just smell him. Okay, he can smell his booty from our yard or something. I don't know. Not a dog expert. But he's just like, I can hear him in the background. Shut up. And it's my dog. But I can't lock him inside because then the puppy's going to be freaked out and then she's going to piss everywhere. Goddamn dogs. Go start it. Don't like it. Don't like it. None. I don't. Anyway, you know what I do like? I'm sorry. It's that kind of day. Let's jump into headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
You don't have to call me a pussy all the time. Hey, okay. Sorry. Scotty and I were just having a brief conversation. He's a pussy and can't handle it. Okay. Fuck you. Oh, my God. I put this as a Twitter poll, and I'll be interested to see how many people actually vote on this because it's so bizarre. 12 tech workers keep 25 balloons in the air for 1 minute. Okay. Here's my problem with this is the fact that it's like 12 tech workers. You know these guys were on the clock, right? That's probably I'm going on a limb and saying they were on the clock. They're like, what else we gonna do? What else? We're gonna take some canned air and blow it into a freaking PC tower? I don't think so. I've done that plenty today. I am exhausted. Right? They didn't clock out for this shit. You know, at least one guy, at least one of those tech guys got a call during this event or as they were, preparing for this. And he just simply replied back with, did you restart your computer? Is it plugged in? Then I don't know what to tell you. Right? Have you ever got those asshole tech people, IT guys? Oh my God, such fucking pricks. Because of guys like that, I developed the mentality of, fuck it, I'm just going to troubleshoot on my own. And that started before I got into radio. That was, I remember, especially at Chipotle, when I was working at Chipotle, there was some sort of basic issue with the computer. And I had an idea of what it was, but I was told to not troubleshoot stuff, just call IT so we don't get in trouble. And he literally did what I joked about. He said, you need to restart your computer. Like, I did that. Well, you're not supposed to do that unless you contact me first. And I'm like, fuck, holy shit. And then it got worse when I got into radio because they would always get so irritated, especially because I did morning. There was a point where I did overnights, like from midnight to 6 a.m., and then there was times where, I did the morning shift. And if you call an IT guy in the middle of the night because there's a computer issue, they act like you're the one that fucking did it. Oh, God, why you calling me? Son of a bitch. They didn't really act like that, but they were just so put off. I'm like, I'm sorry. You're the IT guy. That's your shit, not my shit. Fuck. So I just got tired of it. I was like, fuck it, I'll just troubleshoot. I'll just learn from what they do, and then, I'll do it myself. Fuck. So I put on Twitter, I said, who's more likely to waste time at their job? Sales guy, IT guy, or manager? Not very many. I literally just posted it before I hit record. As of right now, it is tied between sales guy and manager. IT guy has 14.3%. The other two are tied with 42.9%. Okay. Oh, it's heating up. Ooh. I have this going. I have this live for a day. So if you don't get a vote on it, you can do it after you listen to this, whatever. But it'll be up there for about a day. I'll try to remember to check back in on that as we go along. A hearse in Australia is going viral because it was hauling a casket. Of course, if you see a hearse, you assume it has a casket in it. Anyway, but what made it go viral is it was going through a McDonald's drive-thru. I guess in a weird way, guys, I'm sure this happens all the time. We just don't realize it. I don't work in fast food, and I don't work in a fast food drive-thru, so I don't see all the weird people that come through. Oh my gosh. If you work at a restaurant, you got to tell me something. I love hearing restaurant stories because there's some crazy shit that happens. There's asshole people. I've shared plenty of those stories from back in my day when I worked in restaurants, of the asshole people and just whatever that would come in. If you got funny stories or just asshole people, whether it's restaurant or not, you got to let me know. DeHuffPodcast@gmail.com or @DeHuffPodcast. I love those. But going back to the hearse thing, I know it's kind of jaw-dropping, but I'm sure this happens more often than we think. It's kind of creepy, kind of, but not really. Unless the driver has a body up front. That that'd be great. That would be twisted. It's like, that's sick. That's fucked up. But then imagine being the person working the drive-through. They're like, here you go, sir. Oh my God. Oh, don't mind him. He's dead tired. I feel like morticians are morticians and the people that drive hearses, are they one and the same? Is that like part of your gig? I don't know. I don't know these things. But I will say this. You're probably creepy if you work at a morgue, right? Right? Come on. Come on. You could be listening to this while you're rooting around in some dead guy's guts. And you're like, oh, Duff, you have no idea how weird I am. Right? I've never met a mortician. Not that I know of. But I imagine you're a little out there. Okay. I did meet a couple that were crime scene. They cleaned up crime scenes that was their job. And they're a bit out there, super nice people, but a bit weird, a bit numb to stuff like that, carnage, because they've seen the worst of the worst. Ugh, can't imagine that gig. That's a tough gig, but somebody's got to do it. And if you got the stomach for it, holy shit. Anyway, if you're in Australia and you see some guy driving around a hearse with a dead guy up front, I'm adding on to the story. But if you see it, you got to take a picture. Come on, because that's fucking weird. It's Weekend at Bernie's Australia version. What the fuck? It's so stupid. Listen, there's not much of a story there. I'm just saying that's going viral. That's the shit that goes viral nowadays. Okay. Staying in Australia. After 4 shark attacks in 48 hours, New South Wales authorities urged beachgoers to, quote unquote, just go to the pool. My God. Hey, Scotty, how about the surfers just pay some kids to make waves in the pool so they can practice, surfing? Or how about this? Get a fucking job. Oh, my God, Connor. Or Cowboy. That's such an old man. What a boomer. What a boomer. Get a job, kids. Enough of that surfing on that little skateboard through the water. Okay? Enough of that. Causing problems. Listen, Four shark attacks in 48 hours in New South Wales. That's their territory. I can't get mad at sharks. That's what I have a hard time, and I've shared my stories of being in the water, especially when I capsized in Australia way back in the day, and the water being so dark that when my hand was under the water, that I remember I can't see my hand. That's how dark the water is. And then to come to find out much later that area that we were in was notorious for having sharks go through there. And that still bugs me to this day. But ultimately, that's their place, not mine. I don't like going into water like that unless I can see it. And there's not too many places I've been that I feel comfortable in the water. One of which was, I think it's Lanikai Beach in Hawaii. Beautiful place on the island of Oahu. And I've only been there twice, and I want to say there's a section that's really crisp and clean, and you can see through. There was a place actually in Australia that we went. I want to say it's called Jimmy's Beach up in near Hawk's Nest. Listen, this is all miscellaneous things to you unless you're from Australia, I guess. But it was really pretty. They had some fairly clear water when we were there. But I don't like going into dark water because you're going to get ate or just attacked by a shark. They think you're food, they're going to eat you. Or just take a giant hunk out of you, and they're going to go, oh, gross, it's human. Yucky. Spit it out. Surfers, you're a special breed. You see that lady that got her arm bit off by a shark, I don't know how many years back, she still surfs. I can't wrap my brain around that. There's nothing I enjoy so much that if doing that thing, that activity made me lose a limb, that I'd want to go back to doing it. Like if you're Scotty, how about this? You're banging abroad, okay? Oh my God. Okay, yes, Connery, continue. So you're banging away. Then she bites your arm off. Are you gonna, be abstinent for the rest of your life? Are you not gonna bang anymore just because some crazy lady that was high on meth probably bit your arm off? No, I'm never gonna have sex again. Jesus. No. I don't know if that's what you're going for, Connery, but there's nothing that, like, if I guess driving, maybe. I don't know. I've never lost a limb, but I just this is so weird. It's such a bizarre show. I'm sorry. I'm very scatterbrained. The flu is trying its best to get a hold of everybody in the house. Trying its best, but we're all fighting it off. But I'm on that verge where I have a headache and whatnot, okay? Again, we're going back to the opening soundbite, Scotty. You're a gigantic pussy. We know this.
I'm famously a gigantic pussy.
I'd like to move on, Connery. Thank you so much. A coyote was observed swimming to the iconic, the legendary Alcatraz Island. I've been over to Alcatraz, pretty fun place. It's fun in a weird way. I love going to prison. It's so fun, right? It's like, oh no, they're gonna get me. Anyway, I don't know why I said that, but anyway, a coyote was seen by a bunch of onlookers swimming out to Alcatraz Island in San Francisco. It's about a mile swim, is what they estimate. That's pretty. What the fuck is that coyote running from? It's like, oh fuck, I pissed off the missus. Better go. I'm just gonna go take a swim for a bit, okay? And he just swims a mile to Alcatraz Island, where it's all by itself. I gotta be honest, it's kind of a big deal. A big deal. All these scientists are like, this is a big deal for it to swim a mile to get away from his girlfriend to go hang out on an island. Big deal, my ass, Scotty. I broke into the rock. I beat up some bad guys and helped defuse a bomb. What the fuck? That's better than anything a stupid coyote could do. First of all, Connery, what you just said you did happened in a movie. That's not real life. Oh, bullshit, Scotty. Prove it. It's a movie. You starred with Nicolas Cage, right? You talked about banging a prom queen. That's what winners do. Yes, winners do bang the prom queen. That's a fact. That's a fact. Anyway, just saying, Connery, you're sitting there. That didn't really happen. Agree to disagree, Scotty. Big deal. What a fucking coyote trying to steal my thunder. Okay? See if it could dive through a moving fan. Time that shit out. Huh? Can't do that, can you, coyote? Anyway, again, not real. Not real stuff that happened. A pet cow in Austria started using a broom to scratch herself. Apparently, it's been doing it for a bit, but now people just kind of stumbled upon it, and they're like, oh my God, look at this cow. It's scratching itself with a broom. Okay? This is the first ever documented case of bovine tool use. Hey, Connery, I didn't know your mama was in Austria. Hey, shuck my left testy, cowboy. God damn it. You guys stop it. Enough. No fighting. But that was a good dig, cowboy. That is weird. I imagine like there's more documented cases of, or undocumented cases of animals using things like that to scratch itself or whatever. Just nobody. You're either a farmer and you're like, yep, that's old, Todd the pig. It loves, it uses a broom and, scratches its nards every day. This is just the farmer. He's just like, yeah, that's just Todd. Whatever. He gonna be delicious. I tell you what, well groomed and delicious when we finally decide to butcher him. I'm sure that shit happens more often. Just nobody ultimately gives a shit. But good. So this is what we got. We got a cow brushing itself with a broom. We got coyote swimming to Alcatraz, which is horse shit. Nobody gives a fuck about that goddamn coyote. Okay, apparently you're bent. We got surfers being told to just go to the fucking pool in Australia because sharks just want to chew on you. You got people in Australia driving hearses that are fully occupied, going to McDonald's. Got to get some, what do they call it? Macas? I think that's what they call McDonald's out there. And you got lazy tech workers trying to keep 25 balloons in the air for a minute instead of doing their fucking job. So let's circle back to that. Who's more likely to waste time at their job? Sales guy, IT guy, manager? Who do you think is in the lead? Here's the thing. I could justify any one of these as somebody that has had some good salespeople that I've worked with and bad. Good IT guys, bad IT guys. Good managers, bad managers. Who do you think's at the top as of right now? Tell you who's at the bottom. Who's at the bottom? Probably the people that are the most lazy, and they're online right now just trying to vote so they don't get the finger pointed at them. IT guy is at the bottom with 23.5% as of right now. Sales guy, number 2 at 35.3%, and managers are at 41.2%. Somebody, Jeremy just wrote, yes. Absolutely. I used to have a manager, good dude, but there was times where I'm like, man, I'm just trying to get my shit done. And you go back there, maybe you make some small talk, and that small talk leads into, hey, come here real quick, Duff. At the end of this Star Wars movie and the beginning of this Star Wars movie that happened like 20 some years later, or whatever it was, do you know you can put them back to back and they all are seamless? Watch. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, dude, I need to get my stuff done. Hold on. It'll be just a second. It's fine. I'm the boss. You're fine. God, good dude, but I don't know how many times that shit happened. It's like, man, I'm just trying to get my shit done. Because I don't know about you. I get distracted super fucking easy. And if somebody starts distracting me on purpose, essentially, next thing you know, you got this stack of shit that you need to do. I can't stand that. That's the benefit, in a sense, of working from home, but also, like, I can get distracted easily here, be like, oh shit, I got to get laundry done. I got to go fix this around the house. I got to do that. Dogs being an asshole, barking at whatever. Next thing you know, I'm like, fuck, did I do everything I'm supposed to? Type of thing. So I guess it can work both ways. But I've had more negative experiences with managers being lazy and wasting time than I have with IT guy. As much as I make fun of IT guys don't tend to, at least in my experience, they're always working on something, doing their nerd work. Okay. In the back office, I gotta, reset the, coding, blah, 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 nerd stuff, right? Sales guys, there's times where I question if they're really working. You go back to the sales pit and you're like, they're just lounging in their chair, chit-chatting with somebody else in another cubicle or something like that. But then there's always the one guy or lady that is really good at sales that everybody can't stand because they're so good. And it's because they're actually working all the time. I've seen some of those. A guy named Kevin that I used to work with, I don't think everybody hated him, but he was always working on something. Always working. And then there's some you're just like, how the fuck do you survive? How are you still here? Anyway. Yeah, so sales guy, my eyes are on you, but managers, you're leading the pack. Everybody thinks you're more likely to waste time at the job. I can't disagree with that. If you got a good manager, sales guy, or IT guy, or somebody else just wasting time at their job, please send it in at DeHuff Podcast. You can direct message me. You can write on my timeline, or you can hit me up on email, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. Have some fun with that. I'm trying to. I used to work with a guy that would sleep, and remember I was in radio, so he would sleep during his show, like he was the producer. Like he did, he helped set up the show and all that stuff, and then he would go like take a nap. Not all the time, but enough. Or he'd be watching movies. Like, what are you doing? Oh, the show will be fine today. It's essentially wrote itself. Have you ever seen this episode of 24 with Jack Bauer? Right? Something like that. Like, come on, man. Come on. Good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget, next episode, we're going to be talking about the upcoming playoffs this weekend. Winner goes to the Super Bowl. Do the Broncos have it in them? Jarrett Stidham. A lot of pressure on this guy. Or is there a lot less pressure than people realize? We're going to go into that. We're going to hear from some experts in regards to that. Can't wait. So it should be fun. Don't forget to tune in for that one. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks to Roof Coat USA. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget, next episode is the sports section. It's DeHuff Uncensored. I'll talk to you next time.